Hi, my name is Clara Ansong, and for several years I have run my own cleaning company. I'm also the author of 2 books. My first book is called Start Your Cleaning Business, which is a comprehensive guide that teaches people how they can start their own cleaning companies. I also have my second book, which is called The Mental Health Benefits of a Clean and Tidy Home, which talks about several things, including the importance of a well-ventilated space, cleaning for fitness, and clutter and mess, and how that affects our mental well-being. I also talk about the importance of having a decluttered space and the freedom that comes along with that. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about the mental health benefits of a clean and tidy home. You know, clutter is constantly demanding our attention, and many times we don't realize that the condition of our space, whether it's our bedroom, our kitchen, our home, really does have an effect on our mental well-being. Because clutter is constantly demanding our attention, it can take us away from more important things like spending time with family, being a bit more productive. And clutter is constantly calling for us, right, to tidy ourselves. What do I mean by clutter? That laundry, the pile of clothes on the sofa that we haven't had the time to sort out in maybe a day or a week or even a month. Or our kitchen countertops being filled with so much stuff, that paperwork we haven't quite sorted out. Our offices having, post on it. All of that stuff can contribute to how we feel mentally. It's all about having an organized space that will support our mental well-being. It will give us balance and just give us that sense of control in our homes, right? So that's what I will be talking about. So how do we overcome the emotional attachment to things? What do I mean by that? We tend to collect things and keep them with us. Ladies, I might be able to identify with this, right? Where we have a dress or a pair of shoes that we've held onto for years because we just love how it looks and we loved how it feels. And also because we may have worn that dress at a special occasion. So we keep it in our drawer and we haven't worn it for months or even weeks. So letting go of items is a lot more than just, having that clutter that we've kept, It's about the sentimental attachments that we have with them. I'll give you an example. When my kids were younger, I literally held on to everything that they had. I held on to their toys. I held on to their paintings. I held on to their clothes because I had an emotional attachment to when they were really young and we had so much fun. And at one point, I had to let go of those items because it was just too much, right? So what I did was I just kept the most important and valuable items that I had collected for my kids. And sometimes we need to do that. When we have a sentimental attachment to things, it's not about keeping everything, but it's about choosing the items that really mean the most to us and then letting go of the ones we don't need. And sometimes people find it difficult to let go of items. For example, people might say to themselves, well, I spent money on this, so I'm going to hold on to it. And we never use it. Or it's still in good condition. Many of us think that way. And we keep an item, right? And we never use it. But what we do say to people is, instead of it sitting at home, right, collecting dust, or in the shed, or maybe in the loft, how about selling the item or giving it to somebody who might put it to better use? So this is part of the reasons why it can be helpful to let go of items. And it also helps us, right? When we keep things in our homes, we have to be intentional, right? It's so important to think about items before you bring them into your home. So before you buy anything, ask yourself these questions. Do I really need this item? Am I going to use it? Or is it just going to sit in my space and collect dust? And this way, it helps you manage what you bring into your house. And it helps you really, really be intentional with what you are going to need it for, right? So how do you overcome those emotional attachments to clutter? Number 1, look at your space and think about the items in your space. What items are you using? What items are you not using? And what items are just sitting there collecting dust? There's so many ways that we could have an organized and clean space. And one of them is organizing our space by letting go. Think about that. Let go of the items you're not using and give them to somebody, donate them, or you can sell them. Let somebody else put them to good use. The other form of advice that I give people when it comes to decluttering and maintaining their space is using the 1 in, 1 out rule. Now, ladies, we all know how we feel when it comes to shoes and shopping and clothes. So what I say to people is, before you bring anything into your home, be intentional, but use the 1 in, 1 out rule. So every time you buy something new, think of something old that you want to get rid of. So you can either donate it, you can sell it, or you can recycle it. That way you're managing the amount of stuff you have in your home. We also have to understand the emotional roots that are connected to holding on to things. It could be because of loss. It could be because of the fear of scarcity. It could be because of depression or anxiety. All of those things often cause us to hold on to things, but it's not about holding on to everything. It's about managing your space and allowing you to have a space that supports your mental well-being, your balance and clarity within the home. Many people want to keep everything, but what I say is think about having a space that is minimal. No, you don't have to get rid of everything, but keep the things that really mean a lot to you. Keep the things that are meaningful to you, the things that bring you joy. It's about having control of your space. That's what allows you to gain the mental clarity, the peace and the calm that you want to have in your home. When you walk into your home, how do you feel? Right? After a long day at work or caring for family and friends, when you walk into your space, how does it make you feel? Our environment dictates how we feel. So having an organized environment will help you feel refreshed, calm, balanced, and it will help you focus on things that really matter, like spending time with friends, with family, and also focusing on your work.